Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. This morning we have an announcement docket. When I call your name, please come forward. And if you're represented by an attorney, your attorney will come forward with you. If you're not represented by an attorney, you will come forward by yourself. Ashton Sutton. Sutton, you please come forward. Okay, Mr. Sutton, your full name is Ashton T. Sutton.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Sutton?
Doing all right this morning. So,
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Sutton, I think you were here last time in court on November 12th, 2024. At that time, your case was reset to give you time to hire an attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
no, had kind of dispute. My attorney was going to be a family member and kind of had those dispute, but it was kind of advised that that I didn't necessarily have to be represented by an attorney in, the case, the facts of the case and stuff.
So you saying that you want to represent yourself? Okay, now the bailiff is going to hand you two documents. And then I'll go over those documents with you. He needs an explanation and a waiver. Explanation and a waiver. Okay, Mr. Sutton. The first document that you have before you is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendant Without Attorney. Do you see that document? You give him two waivers.
Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Sutton, the document that you just been handed is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you see that title?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go over this document with you. This document states that as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options regarding your right to have an attorney. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Number two, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option? And number three, you may represent yourself. All right. Now, if you want an attorney to represent you and you have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney, but you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Now, if you represent yourself, you may not talk to the prosecutor. The prosecutor, we have two prosecutors sitting at the table behind you. They are assistant criminal district attorneys that work for the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. Now, if you represent yourself, you can't talk to them unless you first sign a waiver. Now, the waiver is a document, the second document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purpose of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. I'll go over that document with you in a few minutes. Now, you should be aware that there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. Now, if you choose to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the bottom of that document, in bold print, it states defendant's choice, mark initials next to only one choice. Now, if your choice is to hire an attorney, you place your initials on the first line to the left. If your choice is to apply for a court-appointed attorney, you'll put your initials on the third line to the left. If your choice is to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself, then you'll place your initials on the fifth line to the left. And once you finish initialing one of the 5 lines that I just mentioned, you will sign your name on the line that is titled defendant, and you will date today's date, December 20th of 2024. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can go ahead and make your choice. Okay, now, Mr. Sutton, the next document that you have before you is titled waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding the trial. Do you see that title?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to go over this document with you, and it states as follows. I have been advised of the nature of charges against me and the dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. My waiver is voluntarily and intelligently made. Voluntarily means that no one is forcing you to do it, you're doing it of your own free will. Knowing or intelligently means that you know what you're doing. So again, my waiver is voluntarily and intelligently made. Furthermore, I have been advised this 20th day of December 2024 by County Court at Law number 2 of my right to representation by counsel in the case pending against me. I have been further advised that if I'm unable to afford counsel, one will be appointed for me free of charge. Understanding my right to have counsel appointed for me free of charge if I'm not financially able to employ counsel, I wish to waive that right and request the court to proceed with my case without an attorney being appointed for me. I hereby waive my right to counsel. Now, if that is your choice, you will sign your name on the line that is titled defendant, and you will date it today's date, December 20th of 2024. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Sutton, I have before me the 2 documents that you just signed. Sutton, would you please raise your right hand? You swear firm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Sutton, you may put your hand down. I'm Mr. Sutton. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without an Attorney. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
It is.
And are these your initials on the line that state you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself? And this next document is waiver of counsel for purpose of proceeding to trial or entering a plea of guilty. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Sutton, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the document?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes.
to the best of your knowledge? Okay, Mr. Sutton, just have a seat and one of the prosecutors will come out and talk to you. Just have a seat in the gallery. Eric A. Vargas. Morning. Mr. Vargas, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Vargas, do you swear firm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vargas, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Vargas, your full name is Eric A. Vargas, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Vargas, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Vargas, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor.
And Mr. Macy, do you waive a record in Mr. Vargas' case?
Yes, Your Honor.
The state is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Hubel. Attorney Hubel, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge, thank you.
That's good. Mr. Vargas, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Eric A. Vargas, on or about November 12th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Mr. Vargas, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Vargas, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? That's what no contest means.
Yes. No contest.
Okay, let's see, Vargas, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea. Minus, this document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials, EV, on a line next to a box that's checked Nola contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, I'm aware.
Mhm.
I read it.
Okay. Now, on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
And at the top of these document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
I understand.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Vargas, before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Of course.
And did you read and understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Stay up for stage 1.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objection, State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Macy, you advised and counseled Mr. Vargas. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Vargas, your attorney, Mr. Macy, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vargas, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement is 90 days probated over 1 year with a $300 fine and 40 hours community service.
Mr. Macy, were you appointed in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is this court calls?
Microphones are off on bar break, please.
Okay, Mr. Vargas. The state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you would not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $300 plus court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, year and absence fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County court appointed attorney's fees of $250. Your total monthly installments is $158 a month. Will you be able to pay the $158 each month?
Yeah.
You will also be required to perform 40 hours of community service and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Vargas, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Oh,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes.
Mr. Vargas, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Vargas, you will stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And let's see, Mr. Macy, this is your only case. You're free to go as well. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Same to you. Have a happy holiday.
Okay, and happy holidays to you too. You good over there? Deontay, Richard. This is cause number 24CCCR 0378 case to style the state of Texas versus Deontay, Jamie and Richard. Mr. Richard, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Richard? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Richard, you're represented by your Attorney Giles Cole. Attorney Cole, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. State is representing this case by Attorney Kyle Gasper. Attorney Gasper, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. Thank you.
And you are, now, Mr. Cole, what is your announcement in Mr. Richards' case?
We're almost at the end of the road here. District Attorney needs me to confirm some information for them, and I'm gonna get that paperwork to them.
Was that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, give us a standard reset. Okay, this case will be reset this February 12th of 2025. Mr. Richard, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and happy holidays. And happy holidays to you as well, Mr. Cole.
Thank
Free to go.
you. My best excuse.
Yes. Braylon Simon. Oh, let me see. Mr. Simon, you're represented by, James Paget in one case? You have another case, okay. So what we're gonna do is we'll wait for Mr. Paget to arrive, okay? Derek Mitchell DeVilliers. Mr. DeVilliers, your full name is Derek Mitchell DeVilliers.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. DeVilliers?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. DeVilliers, you were in court on November 12th, 2024. On that day, you indicated to the court that you needed time to hire your own attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you hired your attorney?
No, sir.
Why not?
Just wasn't financially applicable, so I wasn't, it's so financially.
Okay, so you want to try to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the bailiff is just stand right there. The bailiff is gonna get you some paperwork, and I'll go over that paperwork with you. Okay, Mr. DeVillion, the first document that you have before you is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. You see that document?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that document states as follows: the defendant in a criminal case, you have three options regarding your right to have an attorney. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Number two, if you want an attorney but do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
And number three, you may represent yourself if you waive or give up the right to hire an attorney. Do you understand that option? Okay, now, if you want an attorney and have enough money to hire an attorney, case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney but do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you would have to, well, you can request that an attorney be appointed to represent you, but you must first fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Now, the financial questionnaire should be the second document that's titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. You have that document? Should be a 3-page document.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'll go over that document with you in a little bit. Now, going back to the first document, it states that you may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you first sign a waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. That's only for individuals who will be waiving their right to have an attorney and represent themselves. They would have to first sign a waiver, and then they will be able to talk to the prosecutor about the case. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status to non-citizens, and employment. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you choose to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the bottom of that document, there are 5 lines to the left below a sentence that says, defendant's choice, mark your initials next to only one choice. If your choice is to hire an attorney, you place your initials on the first line to the left. If your choice is to apply for a court-appointed attorney, then you'll place your initials on the second line to the left. If your choice is to represent yourself, you place your initials on the 5th line to the left. And once you finish place your initials on one of the lines, then you will sign your name on the line that is titled defendant and dated today's date, December 20th of 2024. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead on and make your choice.
Yeah.
And you previously indicated to the court that you would like to apply for a court-appointed attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, the next document that I'm going to go over with you is titled Affidavit of Indigence, or Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. You will have to fill out the entire first page of this document. And then when you get to the second page, at the top, it says defendant's oath. You will fill that portion out. And then near the bottom where it says unsworn declaration of defendant, you'll fill that section out and then you'll stop. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can have a seat at that table and fill out the document. And once you finish filling out the documents, we'll call you back up. Leonard Collins. Mr. Collins, your full name is Leonard James Collins.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Collins? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Collins, you've been here at least twice on 2 occasions, indicating to the court that you would like to hire your own attorney? Have you hired your attorney?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to get, Mr. Galmore. He want like 6,500 down, half up front. And where I work at, weather conditions ain't letting us work like talking about. It's just taking a little time.
Well, we're gonna give you, this is gonna be your last reset to hire your attorney, okay?
All right.
Okay, give him a reset to hire. Okay, this case will be reset to February 12th, 2025. Okay? And this is your last reset. Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 0266 Case is style State of Texas versus Larry Jermichael Frank. Mr. Frank, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Frank? Okay, Mr. Frank, you're representing your case by your attorney, Mark Provo, Attorney Provo. How are you doing? And that's good. Now, Ms. Provo, what is your announcement in Mr. Frank's case?
Your Honor, I just received an offer this morning on his case, and we would like to see if we can keep this on the announcement down, if not, move it to the pre-trial.
Yeah, we'll put it pre-trial. Give us a reset date, February 3rd. Okay. Okay, Mr. Frank, your case will be reset to February 3rd, 2025. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too.
That must have missed the Carrington.
You want him in?
No, you can finish negotiating.
I'll give him one.
Mr. DeVilliers, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Jefferson County Affidavit. Indigence. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, let me just say, would you please raise your right hand? Swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Now, Mr. DeVilliers, I have this document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initial online state you'd like to apply for a court appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
Next document, Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Mr. DeVilliers, before you sign and initial these documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. DeVilliers, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. The attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case. Did I appoint Joe yesterday? Oh, the Jeremiah, oh, that's you had the Jeremiah, that's what it was. Okay, Mr. DeVilliers, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed. Wait up. Did we appoint Joe on a case where Mr. Okay, Mr. DeVilliers, your attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Joel Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez will be given information to contact you. You will be given information to contact him. Our court coordinator will give you that information. Once she gives you that information, you'll be free to go. And have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that first chair by the wall.
Yes, sir.
Paris Haynes. Ms. Haynes, would you please come forward? Ms. Haynes, your full name is Paris Sierra Haynes. How are you doing, Ms. Haynes? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Haynes, you're representing your case by your attorney Todd LeBlanc. Mr. LeBlanc is appearing via Zoom. Mr. LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. Thanks for asking.
That's good. Now, who's the prosecutor in the case? Ms. Simmons.
It's Ms. Simmons' case.
Okay.
I'll stand for it.
Mr. LeBlanc, what is your announcement in Ms. Haynes' case?
Judge, I'm stuck in Hardin County. If we could get a standard reset, I think this is the first time I've been here with this client, my client. So,
Okay.
can we set it on another announcement docket?
Reset on announcement? Okay. Give us a reset on Paris Haynes, page 4, announcement docket. February 12th. Okay, this case is reset February 12th, 2025. Ms. Haynes, you'll get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go stay in contact with your attorney and your advisor. Please stand in front of the court coordinator. And Mr. LeBlanc, this is your only case. You're free to go. Your reset will be sent to you, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
Okay. Happy holidays to both of you.
You too.
Mr. Galmore, you ready in your case? Okay, we have, David Collier. Mr. Collier, your full name is David Collier. How you doing, Mr. Collier? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Collier, you represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Dustin Galmore. Attorney Galmore, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Collier's case?
Yes, Judge, we are asking for just a short continuance to January. We're close to a resolution, but Ms. Haley's not here today, and we wanted to work out a couple of other small details before resolving it.
Okay, give us a reset date.
Yeah. It works.
Ms. Haley sounds like a daycare babysitter. Ms. Simmons.
Give us, what's that reset date?
January.
Yeah. Okay, this case will be reset to January 27th of 2025. Mr. Collier, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. Well, just have a seat in that chair. She's gonna call your name, and when she calls your name, you go to the window and she'll give you your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day and happy holidays to you and your family. All right, thank you. Okay, next case, several cases, is Henry Charles Carmouche Jr. Mr. Carmouche is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Carmouche, how are you doing?
How you doing? I'm good.
All right, thanks for asking. And Mr. Carmouche, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Dustin Galmore. Attorney Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Carmouche cases?
Judge, we are also close to resolution in this one. I believe the state wants to look into an option or so, and we'll be able to resolve it next time.
Put it on the same date with the previous case?
Yes.
Okay, has to be January 27th. Okay, Mr. Carmouche, your case is reset to January 27th of 2025. On that day, you need to be in court in person. This will conclude your cases for today. You're free to go. You have a blessed day and happy holidays to you. Stay in contact with your attorney and your boss.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Happy holidays to you too.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Galmore, these are your only cases?
That's it, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, you're free to go. Have a blessed day and happy holidays to
You
you.
too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Mr. Collins, but you don't wanna wait for the other one, I'll send it to y'all. All right, here's Mr. Collins. Okay.
These came in for, and they gave us purpose.
Thank you.
Okay, Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 was in session in 3 cases. There are cause numbers 24 CCCR 0146, cause number 24 CCCR 0331, cause number 24 CCCR 0717. All 3 cases are styled in the state of Texas versus Terrence Jermaine Currington Jr. Mr. Currington, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
You say you're working on 4-6 right now? Okay. Mr. Currington, I have before me a document that is titled information sheet. Well, first of all, Mr. Currington, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Currington, you may put your hand down. Now, how are you doing, Mr. Currington?
Yes.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Currington, you need to take the gum out your mouth and put it in the trash can to your right. Thank you. Now, Mr. Currington, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Marvel Provo. And Attorney Provo, do you waive a record in Mr. Currington's case? State is represented in this case by Attorney Kyle Gasper. Attorney Gasper, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. Thank you for asking.
You are. Now, Mr. Currington, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled information sheet. And this information sheet alleges that you, Terrence Jermaine Currington Jr., on or about November 20th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of, you need to send that to me. You've been charged with a Class A misdemeanor offense of possession of dangerous drugs. Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Currington, how did you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yeah.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Currington, I also have before me a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yeah.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? And on the next document, on the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yeah.
On the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Mr. Currington, before you signed and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Currington, are you a citizen of the United States?
State offers States 1.
Any objections? No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Provo, you have advising counsel, Mr. Currington. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Currington, your attorney, Ms. Provo, has advising counsel to you. Are you satisfied with her representation? Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Mr. Currington, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt state. Do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail probated over 1 year, $400 fine, 50 hours of community service, plus court costs. This is to run concurrent with 24 CCCR 0717, and state will be dismissing at 24 CCCR 0331.
Okay, now, her fees in this one will be like $250 and, in 146
Yes.
Okay. and $50. Okay. What is this court cost? Okay, Mr. Currington, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail. On this case, because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $400 plus court costs of $277. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, year announcement fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $167 a month. Mr. Currington, will you be able to pay the $167 each month? You will. You'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service. You're required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. This case will run concurrent with cause number 24 CCC Aura 0717. And the state will be dismissing clause number 24 CCC Aura 0331. Mr. Currington, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Currington, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Currington, we will move on to your next case. Your next case is cause number 24 CCCR 0717. And in this case, I have before me on my computer a document that's titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that you, Terrence Jermaine Currington Jr., on or about January 28th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of possession of possession of dangerous drugs. Mr. Currington, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yeah.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest? No, you pleaded no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Currington, I have before me a document that is titled State's Exhibit Number 1, which is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on the line next to the box that's checked no contender. Did you place your initials on this document? And on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case. and you have no right to appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box is checked. States that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me on paper a document that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line? It's titled Defendant. Mr. Currington, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Statement.
State offer states one.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Provo, you're advising counsel. Mr. Currington, in this case, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent in this case?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Currington, your attorney, Ms. Provo, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation? Has she provided fully effective and competent legal representation? The 18th. That should be the 20th. No, I was thinking on the tablet, I was writing the 18th, it should be the 20th. Mr. Currington, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And state, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail probated over 1 year, $400 fine, 50 hours community service plus court costs. This is to run concurrent with defendant's other case, 24 CCCR 0146. And the state is dismissing 24 CCCR 0331.
What is this court cost?
277.
277. Okay, Mr. Currington, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you'll not be required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail. On this case, because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $400 plus court costs of $277. You will not be required to pay the probation fee of $60 a month and the urinalysis fee of $15 a month. You will be required to pay $15 reimbursement fee, and you will be required to reimburse Jefferson County $50 for the court-appointed attorney's fees. Your total monthly installments in this case is $67 a month. Will you be able to pay the $67 each month? Okay. Now, you'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service. This case will run concurrent with cause number 24 CCCR 0146, and the state will be dismissing cause number 24 CCCR 0331. And in this case, I have a motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department in cause number 24 CCCR 0331. Mr. Currington, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line of title defendant? Now, Mr. Currington, before you signed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Carrington, I'll grant the motion to forfeit the weapon in this case to the Beaumont Police Department. And as a result of that, this case will be dismissed. Now, Mr. Carrington, do you understand the offer in cause number 24 CCCR 0717? And do you think that is fair and just? And do you accept it? Mr. Carrington, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into in this case. And Mr. Carrington, let's see, I'll be signing the dismissal. This will conclude your case. You can stand next to, have a seat in that chair on the wall and wait for your name to be called. And I'm signing the dismissal in that case. Hey, Ms. Prower, is that your last case?
Yes.
You're free to go and you have a blessed day and happy holidays to you and your family. Next case is Elijah Lewis II, cause number 24 CCCR 1624. Mr. Lewis, your full name is Elijah Lewis II. How you doing, Mr. Lewis? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Lewis, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Ralph Kimmler, who is appearing via Zoom. Attorney Kimmler, how are you doing?
Well, thank you, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Kimmler, what is your announcement in Mr. Lewis's case?
Set him on the trial docket, Your Honor, if you would.
Reset for trial. Okay, this case will be reset for trial February 10th, 2025. Mr. Lewis, you're gonna get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day and happy holidays to you. Have a seat in that second chair on the wall. And Mr. Kimmler, your reset will be sent to you. You have a blessed day and happy holidays to you as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. Merry Christmas.
All right, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. Xavier Clayton. This is cause number 24 CCCR 1472 case in the state of Texas versus Xavier Dwayne Clayton, Mr. Clayton, how are you doing? That's good. Mr. Clayton, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Doing well.
And Mr. Adams, what is your announcement in Mr. Clayton's case?
I have video in this case. He's gonna come to my office and watch it.
Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case was reset February 12th, 2025. Mr. Clayton, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day and happy holidays too. You have a seat in that third chair on the wall.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, welcome. Next case, Anthony Julian Mitchell.
Thank you, dear.
Mr. Mitchell, your full name is Anthony Julian Mitchell.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Mitchell, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, what is your announcement in Mr. Mitchell's case?
I think the state is gonna look at something in that video.
Yes, we've made notes of it. It's Ms. Simmons' case, but she's going to take a look at it. We're gonna need a reset.
Okay, we're gonna reset on the same date? Okay, Mitchell, your case will be reset till February 12th of 2025. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in the fourth chair on the wall. Wait for your name to be called. Isaiah Tyson.
Judge, on that case is the one where I had filed the motion for competency and insanity. You did an informal.
We did? Did we?
And then
we didn't get nothing back?
no, I think you said you was gonna do a order for him to go and then.
We didn't do it? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, let me see who we audited to do it.
Was it reform?
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, he was audited to see Dr. Rapon. That was in November the 22nd. Did you go see Dr. Rapon?
Oh, you had told Mr. Adams to get
Yeah.
the appointment scheduled for me.
Oh, okay, yeah, because y'all have to schedule since he's out on bond. Rapon is not gonna, I don't think the Rapon had any contact information on him. He has the order, because we
I
sent
can-
the order to Dr. Rapon
I can do that right now.
and his information. That's what she said.
She sent his information or my information?
She said,
Did Capone contact me?
did Dr. Rapon contact you?
No, Your Honor.
Well, I can do this then. I can have him just go to Capone's office right now. Leave the courtroom and go directly to his office. If you got an address, I have him go there right now. Give me an address and he
Okay.
can go there right. So you need, as soon as you walk out the court, just go directly. to-
Okay, yeah, just have a seat.
All right.
Yeah, because we did that.
And then give this to Capone.
Okay, and your case is gonna be reset. We're gonna give you, yeah, your case is gonna be reset. We're gonna give you a reset to your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
So you understand, when you leave here, go directly to Capone. Don't go nowhere else. Go directly to his office.
They're gonna give you the address,
All
okay?
right, just have a seat.
Mr. Adams, once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day and happy holidays to you and your family.
Same to you.
And same to you, Mr. Tyson. Happy holidays to you and your family.
Same thing. Uh-huh. And you can address-
Did y'all ever talk to the pro se guy?
I'm not sure where he went, Judge.
He's sitting right there.
We didn't get the paperwork to talk to him.
What happened?
His name is Sutton. Here it is.
Oh, thank you.
I was trying to get their attention earlier. No, I'm Andrew.
Okay, who else we
I
have?
was trying to get their attention earlier.
We have, is it Paget Klein? Well, your case,
Or something.
he hadn't, we're gonna have This is cause number 24 CCCR 2280, cases filed in the state of Texas versus Ashton T. Sutton. Mr. Sutton, is that your full name?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sutton, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Sutton, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
I do.
Mr. Sutton, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Sutton? That's good. Now, Mr. Sutton, are you waiving your right to have a court reporter to type down everything that's being said? Okay. Now, Mr. Sutton, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Ashton T. Sutton, on or about October 31st of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Sutton, do you understand Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.15 or more? Do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest. Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Sutton, I also have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
it is.
And are these your initials on the line that state you like to waive the right to attorney and represent yourself? I also have another document that's titled Waiver of Counsel for purposes of enter a guilty plea or proceeding to trial. You recognize this document?
That I do.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? I also have another document that's titled Waive Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, which is State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
That I do.
On page 2 of this same document, there are two sets of initials. One set of initials is on a line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest that you place your initials on this document.
I did.
The second set of initials is on a line next to a statement that reads, I do not request discovery of the evidence. I waive my right to request discovery in this case and enter a plea of guilty and no contest to your record. Did you put your initials on this document?
Yeah.
And on the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, it is.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification, the defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document?
Yeah.
And is this your signature line that's titled Defendant?
It is.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. The first box is checked, states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? Now, Mr. Sutton, before you signed and initial all of the documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents?
Yes,
Did you understand what you read?
yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
It is.
to the best of your knowledge?
Sir.
Mr. Sutton, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes,
State offers states one.
Mr. Sutton, the state is offering State's Exhibit Number 1 to be used as evidence against you in your case. State's Exhibit Number 1 is the first document that I showed you on the tablet, the one that you acknowledged. The same document has your initials in these two locations. And this document has your signature on page 3. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case?
yes.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Sutton, is there any evidence that you're currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, I'm,
Mr. Sutton, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your
And what
Honor.
is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail, probated over 15 months, $500 fine, 50 hours of community service, DWI first standard conditions of probation, and interlock and court costs.
Okay. What is this court cost? 377. Okay. Mr. Sutton, state is offering that you serve, 100, that's 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 15 months. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $377, plus a probation fee of $60 a month, a year analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15, and you will be required to pay the $100 DWI conviction fine. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County, not reimburse, but pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee. Your total monthly and the initial evaluation fee is $125. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $151 a month. Will you be able to pay the $151 each month? You'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, installing interlock device on any vehicle that you don't operate, attend and complete a DW education class, and have an alcohol assessment. Mr. Sutton, do you understand the state's offer?
I do.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
I do.
And do you accept the state's offer?
I do.
Mr. Sutton, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Sutton, please stand in front of the court coordinator, follow her direction. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Okay, and this will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket on today's date, December 20th, 2024, County Court Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day and have a happy holidays. Prosecutors, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.